this is huge. There's more layoffs. That's right.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
so excited.
Sure are.
Everywhere.
This is actually insane. Well, I mean, just in general.
Yeah, like this first article, the first article we had was that Sony did like 900 layoffs. Then it was EA also has like 600 layoffs going on. George, who was the other one that you were telling me about?
Supermassive Games.
Supermassive Games is laying off people. They're the guys who did Until Dawn and like the Man of Medan and all those like kinds of horror games. And then I think someone else also had layoffs today. So literally like 4 big studios had layoffs today. And my question is why? What is going on in the gaming world?
Look, there's actually no excuse for EA. And I say that because they literally make multi-billions from their mobile, like from mobile division and from like their microtransactions in their sports games. They make so much money from those. It makes 0 sense that they lay people off. Sony, I'm not sure if they had a bad year or something, but
I don't see why they would have had a bad year when Spider-Man 2, I think it was just so insane.
Okay, guys, you want to hear my conspiracy theory on this? I think I really do think this at this point. I think all these companies are like, hey, everyone else is laying off their workforce. So if we do it, then people aren't going to be like, oh, I can't believe you did this. It's going to be, why is everyone doing this? So they won't take all the public backlash, but instead are going to just like take a little when there's the big picture of everyone. That's my.
I just sent an article of a list of all of the layoffs in the gaming industry for just this year. So January and today is like the end of February basically. The list is absolutely insane. 44 companies have laid off employees this year in the gaming industry. Biggest being Microsoft at 1,900 and then Unity at 1,800. And then I think Sony's third
Twitch
at
laid off
900.
like 500 people.
Twitch is like dying, and we just don't know why. I don't know.
I guess a company I think called Wemo Games just got completely shut down.
Well, I've never heard of them, so I mean, rest in peace.
I have
World lost 70 people.
I also have another article pulled up, and it's talking about
Hair
the video
removal on
game
men?
industry and layoffs from 2022. So roughly 8,500 video game industry workers were laid off in 2022 because of COVID, according to like a layoff tracker created by some dude, Farhan Noor, I guess. That number jumped to 10,500 in 2023. Layoffs in 2024 are currently outpacing those numbers, with more than 6,000 people laid off from their video game industry jobs just 90 days into the year. So we're almost 3 months in to 2024, and we already have 6,000 total people laid off in the video game industry.
What's crazy to me is that they have Discord in this list. Like, why? I mean, are they really a gaming company? They don't sell games.
I guess so. Right.
Okay.
It's weird that Discord laid off people though too, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like Discord is used by everybody at this point.
Their whole thing was, or all the companies are, they're crying basically. We hired too many in COVID, and now that we don't need as many people, we gotta like trim the fat so we can survive. Which, I mean, again, my conspiracy theory is that now they're just doing it because, why not if everyone else is doing it? Almost like a sick
trend mentality. It's like they're doing it, so it's okay for us to do it.
Right. That's like my tinfoil hat theory. So,
what's crazy too is that like, Riot laid off a bunch of people. Twitch laid off a bunch of people. Some other like, it's just nuts, dude. Like, why?
Recession really hitting hard, huh?
And what's insane? The only people not laying off is Nintendo. There was that one year, what's his name took like a salary cut just to keep people on. He halved his salary, and I'm like, oh my god, like, damn, good on Nintendo, right? Like
that's truly their work culture. Like, it's actual honorable / dishonorable.
You deserve to be here. You've earned your place. You stay.
They took full responsibility. They're like, we failed the company. It's on us, not the developers. Therefore, so that was, I mean, it was the Wii U, which again, looking back, I still say Wii U is one of the best consoles ever made. I will fight to the death on that one. But yeah, that was honorable. But yeah, I mean, like EA, you're gonna tell me that the CEO couldn't take a price cut? Like, I'm sorry, a pay cut?
Right. He's just as bad as Bobby Kotick or whatever. Like, come on, dude.
It's not that he can't; it's that he won't.
Right.
But isn't that also why he's stepping down?
I think EA guy. I think he is. Isn't he?
No, Bobby with Microsoft. I mean, Activision. Yeah.
So he's stepping down too because Phil was like, "No, we don't need you anymore. Get out of here. I'm
Leave!
in charge now." Yeah.
Stop touching people.
Basically, he said, "You know what? You had your fun with the Cosby Room. Get out of here."
Really though? Yeah. Seriously, that's basically what happened. So, in terms of Sony though, which is really what we kind of try to focus the article on, they completely. So this is the worst part. Besides the fact that it affects 9,000 people, which is 8% of the global workforce. Oh, what did I say? 800? Sorry, 900. Jim Ryan, who's stepping down, he was at the London studio 5 days ago and took like a group picture with everyone as as a goodbye. And now they're just shutting down the London studio. Yeah, the London studio. Like,
yeah, what a god!
But that's a dick move.
That's like that episode of The Office where they have the community. What is it? It's like the family picnic or whatever, the company picnic, and then they announce that they're closing the Buffalo branch or whatever.
Right. Dude, it's messed up. I respected Ryan, but now I respect it less because there's no way he didn't know. There's no way that decision was made after the. It's like no, you knew this. What's up?
While I think about it. Wasn't there like a big push to like unionize in the gaming industry?
Yeah, Rob.
I feel like I was hearing some kind of news about that.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, my conspiracy theory is that some of this, not only is COVID being used as an excuse, but I feel like it's to kind of trim the chaff off that are trying to unionize.
Ooh, Rob with the tinfoil hat theory? I like it. I mean, I can totally see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, companies have all the incentive in the world to try and crush unions because, God forbid, working class people fight for better treatment.
Right. Wait, hold on. Rob, are you implying that developers don't like working stupid amount of overtime hours forced?
What, developers would like to avoid crunch or be fairly compensated for said crunch? Oh, of course I do.
No,
Rob, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes Rob just pisses me off with these outlandish statements.
Yeah, sometimes you're really cute.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, so last year, according to this article, it looks like they actually were talking about unionizing and stuff, and yeah, I mean, it could be a underlying reason that they can't say is an actual reason for legal reasons, but
I think the only company here that had a real reason to lay off was Bungie.
Right?
Yeah,
I think we're just dying. They started burying the employees.
It's COVID related, right? No, it's definitely not.
It's definitely
what a
not.
disaster that is. You know what? My public service announcement once again: if you still play Destiny 2 or you're a victim.
Yeah, the Stockholm syndrome. So, editor, put the support number on the screen. It's 1-800 got bunged.
Got bunged. Do you or a loved one need help?
Did you or a loved one buy silver from the years 2012 to 2021? If so, you may be entitled to legal compensation.
Did we ever end up covering, while we're on the topic of major layoffs, did we ever cover that Microsoft axed 1,900 staff from their video game workforce?
Yeah.
I think
me and Derek did, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, 1,900 right after acquiring or paying $69 billion for Activision Blizzard.
But just to clarify though, they're arguing against that by saying that hey, they already planned on these layoffs before this merger, Activision Blizzard as an entity.
Right,
I mean, I'm not saying it's right,
but it makes sense, right? They're getting rid of these crossover positions from Activision and Microsoft equally, but then they're actually getting in legal trouble because then the FTC was well, no, you can't fire these people because if we reverse this acquisition, they have to be employed still. So it's like I don't know if the layoffs are like actually happening, what's going on, but
yeah. So like I said, that's the new fight now. They're basically fighting the FTC. The FTC says, "Hey, you just laid off people. You said nothing was going to change," and they're like, "Nothing did change." The Activision Blizzard literally said before we were merging them in their internal documents that they were going to lay off X amount of people. So, who do you believe? Let us know in the comments. You know who I believe? Santa.
Krampus.
Okay, well,
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost. That's a good choice.
That's it. That is a good choice.
Yeah, you know, not that we have the time, but if I went through this list, I'd try and pick out which ones actually like needed to lay off people, like Bungie. You know, but again, that's by malfeasance, or stupidity, I guess. Right? They or just making terrible decisions.
It's just I mean, it's just a dying game, unfortunately. That's what happens when a company devotes to one game and it starts to go downhill.
Quick side note:
literally, the game can't keep up with things anymore. They're just getting more and more ambitious, and this game engine that was made like almost 10 years ago at this point.
I just want to clarify here. We do have a question, but we're gonna have a question section at the very end of this. So keep in touch, everyone who's listening, to stay around, and we'll answer the questions that if you have them. So, like it was like unrelated. So I'm like, I want to answer what he's asking. Anyway. Yeah. So layoffs bad. Sony sucks. In terms of laying them off and let Dick move. I mean, they were only 2 months in. I'm very curious what we're gonna see next, because already the two big Xbox and Sony are a hit. Like, how much worse can it get?
Right.
So.
And the monkey paw curls a finger.
Oh no!